I've become so hated in China that I've had a room full of Chinese policemen laughing about wanting to beat me up. And I did that because of this guy that I played in a Korean War movie.
你会说中文，已上映很久了。
别以为我不懂，在你们文化中，坐北朝南才是常州的坐北。I mean, first of all, look, here's where I am. If you're wondering, I'm on a boat in the middle of Beijing here. I figure, like, what better metaphor for like my weird career here than to be on my ridiculous fake little war boat here. Have a look around. It's a gorgeous day. It's a gorgeous spring day here in Beijing. And that's one of the reasons why I stay here. It is a lovely place. But yes, people did kind of want to send intercontinental missiles to blow me up. I did get messages saying, what's your address? Because we want to send you some special treats and stuff. So that is also true. But I'm an actor out here, and I guess that's what I wanted. I guess I wanted the reaction. I wanted people to hate my character. I kind of base him on Draco Malfoy meets Parisian waiter. You know, there's the scene where I threw across a contract, like, sign this, 请签字. And I was like, oh, like a Parisian waiter throwing a menu in their faces.
注是双方统一签署的第一个协议。请签字。
I don't know, am I actually making art is the question. Because I wonder if I'm just some useful prop, a useful idiot. You know, there's this guy who's a white dude who defected to North Korea, and he ended up making some of these war movies, and I wonder, is that me? So I always kind of wonder, like, am I doing the right thing out here? I've had some slack from my family as well, because, you know, they would call these propaganda movies, but I feel like they only call that when it's about China, not when it's about, you know, America. Top Gun, you know, is that a propaganda movie? I don't know. Not to be too like, what about, but what about America, hey? Let's get going here, by the way. Let's fire up the engine. Let me show you here. Let's go. Oh, no, that is reverse. We want 进. There we go. Let me get to the wheel here. And let's set course on a futile circle around the lake as a painfully obvious metaphor for my acting career here. Let's go. Do you see what I'm doing here? So I've had some highlights. I was in the Third Body Problem, acting as speaking Chinese, playing Da Vinci.
历史好像有记载，有一个文明接到过2颗太阳，那次文明立刻毁灭于数不日的烈焰中。但是记载很模糊。啊，我是达芬奇。他说的是3颗太阳，你这个笨蛋！哦，别碰我！
This motherfucker is on Peacock, don't you know? Which is a bit cringe that I'm flexing, but these are some of the opportunities I've had out here. And then, like, professionally, I've kind of been respected. I always compare if I was some Chinese guy in the UK, would I've had all these opportunities? Probably not. Let me turn off the engine before I, like, hit someone. Let me just show you what I'm looking at here. It's absolutely gorgeous. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag. And also with a face like this, I get a lot of these roles where I'm a translator. I look like Mark Zuckerberg, you know, it's a blessing and a curse. It's not great for romance in my personal life, but also not great for romantically to play leads. But it means I sometimes play the unlikely hero. I don't know why I look unlikely, but apparently I play these guys. I've been shot down in any medium that you mention. I've been blown up in the skies over Hong Kong.
Find the hawk on the hill.
And I've been drowned off the waters not far from Hong Kong. Clearly I should just avoid Hong Kong. And oh no, is that a dead fish? Oh, that's not, oh no, it's a dead fish. Let's not think about that. It's fine. Also some comedy. I was in that actor, Fago, I think find his English name. He was in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I met him on set for Detective Chinatown. That was really fun. I came out here to do comedy. So I guess I'm doing that, right? I'm trying to convince you or me. Would I do it all again? You know what? I came here to kill the acting dream. I'll be honest, I didn't think I could make it out in LA. I didn't I don't know what it is, but I don't have it. I don't think I had the hunger and the drive. I've always gone for where can I leverage least effort, get more money, do cool things. Yeah. I mean, my first job, which tells you something, was I was a English tutor for some Russian oligarchs. That was 2016. That was a different time. Would not do that nowadays. But I guess for what it's worth, I've always been in these highly grey, highly paid areas when you get the opportunities. But AI is coming, and I haven't had a gig for movies or TV shows in like 6 months. But when it's good, it's really good. Literally in the same day I shot these 2 movies. So earlier in the day I shot this Top Gun kind of movie, and then later I played in the sequel for Shaolin Soccer, a comedy, in the same day. I mean, if I was back in the UK, I'd be lucky if I had, 1 role a year maybe. I had 2 in one day. That's crazy. But to be honest, a lot of what keeps me here is not even just the propaganda stuff, which I do, the acting. I've also shot some stuff for, you wouldn't call them gambling apps, but they're like virtual currency stuff. So people are like, oh, I won 1 million coins, yay. So nobody's thinking they're going to pay the rent with any of these if they win. But it is encouraging people to spend money on things which it'll just lose some money. But I've talked to some of these people who play the games, they just find them really fun. I don't know, feel free to judge me, genuinely do. It's how I get through this stuff. I do that much weird stuff out here. I can't lie to myself. I just go, this is it. Try not to get in trouble. Could I have just made it in the UK instead? Maybe. I think of what inspired me to be an actor out here is some of that amazing British comedy, right? Mitchell and Webb show, these kind of meaningful linguistic games and all stuff you can only do when you're acting in English, in your first language. Whereas I'm doing it all in Chinese often. So either I'm hindered because I'm using my left hand. It's almost like doing sports with your left hand, right? You're not as good. Or the audience is hearing me in English and they're not getting the cultural stuff behind it. So it's simultaneously I've hamstrung myself, but I've also gotten way more opportunities. But then I'm always thinking, is it just because I'm white? Do I actually have any freaking talent? And even if I did, would it matter? Is another existential question. If you are just a white guy, and they could just find another white guy. One movie set I worked on, there was a guy who was cast as the big general. He complained too much about the prosthetics. They just replaced him. They just found another extra in the audience, in the background, who was white, and tall, old. Okay, you're a star now. He has millions of followers on Chinese TikTok. That's another story. I'll throw up some video from that. But hopefully people are interested in my story, but not so interested that they come over and replace me in these roles. So I just want to get the right amount of attention. Also, I don't want to piss off the Chinese government. Hold up, did I just see some non-subscribers? Shit, I'm going the wrong way.